All right, we're on the YYG e-bike from Tomofree. We're not going to work or anything like that. I'm just kind of riding around because the last video we did, we were down 2 battery bars left and I only did 9 miles. So we're starting out right now. 9.4 was what it said on the display. Almost 10 miles, but I'm just gonna kind of ride around and I'm very curious to see what we get to, because I don't know the range on this bike. They say it's like 30 to 50 or 35 to 50, somewhere around there. I don't think it's gonna do that, hitting top speed the whole entire time. So before I actually fully take it to work and see how it is to commute and everything like that over there, if you guys were gonna buy this for work, I thought perfect bet just to kind of go around town and see what my actual range might be. So this is basically a range test with this bike. Now, I'm not gonna try to kill it and I'm not gonna try to walk home because I got someone at my house right now. They're busy working on something. I can't afford to not be home when they're finished with the job. So we can't get stranded. But I definitely will say I'll try to get as close as possible to the miles on this bike. I'm gonna at least try to put close to or around 10 miles on this bike right now. And we're gonna see where our battery's at that time. If it's 2 battery bars out of the 5, man, I'm worried about taking it to work because I got a 14-mile trip when we do that. But I really hope... All right, yeah, just go in front of me. I appreciate it. Thanks. Thanks. Gotta love people. But hopefully you guys appreciated the video review I did with this thing. It's a badass bike. That's actually kind of why I'm riding again, just to kind of get out there and explore, just because it's a very comfortable bike. If you guys have seen, I got the Aerial Rider Grizzly in, and then I also got the Zeus UU100. Is that what we want to call it? Or the U1100? It's a weird name to say, but so I've been riding those back and forth kind of down my street, not too much. I did take the Zeus out a little bit more than I did the Aerial Rider Grizzly. Why do I keep saying Grizzly? The Kepler. And I don't know, I really like the Zeus more than the Kepler. That's just me. But after riding all 3 of these bikes in the last couple of days, I've noticed this bike handles better than all of them. Now, the Zeus bike is definitely really cool because it's a BMX bike. It's closer to the ground. It feels pretty nice. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's a nice bike. But this one just handles so much better, and I'm honestly starting to think it's because of the handlebars on here. The handlebars are so low, it just feels so good. Like, I don't want to turn yet because we just went over some water, but I mean, it's so comfortable. Like, it's very responsive when you turn, very responsive. And it's way, way more comfortable than the Zeus bike that I've been riding, because there's obviously no suspension on it. It's a pure, like, BMX bike. And the Kepler, I don't know what to say about the Kepler. Like, I didn't ride it a lot. I went up and down the street. I did not like the suspension in the front. I felt like it was just... Oh, I thought that was me. My hand slipped off the throttle. I was wondering why the bike turned off. And I don't know. I didn't like the suspension on the Kepler. I don't know why I didn't. I feel like this bike has better suspension than the Kepler, or maybe it's just the way it's designed for me. I have no idea. And the Kepler is huge, absolutely massive. I like bikes like this because they're more of a, I don't know, like a cafe racer, like a cruiser, kind of a speed racer e-bike. Whereas the Kepler is just massive. I mean, you can go off-roading with it a little bit more, but it's just, I don't know, like something about it that just, I don't like. I want to say out of all 3 bikes I've got in the last week, this one, it's hard to say. Like, this one's my personal favorite for you guys. If you guys wanted a bike out there that, you know, kind of does everything. But I would say my favorite for myself is a Zeus bike, just because it looks 100% like a BMX bike that I used to ride when I was like 15, 20 years old. And then I can't ride those anymore because I can't pedal. Like, I'm getting old, you know, so I can't sit on a BMX bike and go down the street for like 5 or 10 miles with my buddies riding around. So it just kind of brings you back. So it's so unique to me. And I got so many other bikes that I would definitely say, if you have a collection of bikes, the Zeus bike is one to add to your collection. But if you guys don't have any e-bikes whatsoever, I highly suggest this one right here. You can't beat the price. I'm pretty sure Super 73 is quaking at all these e-bike prices right now, because seriously, think about it. Super 73 is going super high in price. They're at $4,000 for the RX. Now there's other bikes that go decently fast or aren't, you know, as expensive as the RX that they sell. So you can get those options, but still Super 73 does not sell a bike that's as cheap as this. Maybe the Youth series, I don't know. I think the Youth series was what, like $1,000 when they went for pre-order, but now they're probably a lot more than that. I couldn't tell you. But Super 73 can't compete with the price of this. But I'm gonna be real with you guys. Super 73 has better parts on most of their stuff. All right, I want to make sure I went around that guy and no one hit me. But yeah, no. So I've been on both, and I would say that the quality of the RX, completely stock, compared to this bike, hands down better. The seating position's a little better. Even though the handlebars are taller on the Super 73 than this one, it feels more comfortable as a rider. And it's very quiet. I mean, the motor's a little loud, I will say that, on the Super 73. It's a very nice bike stock. But if you factor in price now, $4,000, nah, no way. You might as well pick up one of these or any other bike that I might have listed or rode or anything like that, or maybe you've seen a bike. I've seen a lot of people talking about the Wicked bikes. There was another bike that someone mentioned, but I'm more into these bikes, not mountain bikes. They're cool, don't get me wrong. I mean, big fat tires, like 24 by 4 inch tires, those are pretty nice. But I don't know, I really prefer these a lot more. And as you guys have seen from the video so far, I have not let off this throttle only when we've came to light. So I've been jamming this whole entire time. I want to go up this overpass over here, and then we'll circle back. So far I have done 3.5 miles. And welcome to Fresno, where there's no bike lane everywhere. There was a bike lane for a little bit, and now there's not. And yes, I'm in some PJs that I slept in because I just wanted to get on the way and ride really quick. I had to do it before that guy leaves my house, like I said. So we're trying to get this done ASAP and then head back to the house. Let me know if you guys like videos like this where I take these bikes more often, because all these companies send me bikes and I really just use them for review. And then I also I just make them go to work, like to commute, to kind of give you an idea. And that's all I really do. So if you guys actually want to see more content of me actually going out and riding these bikes that companies send me, then drop a comment and let me know, or like the video, because I don't know exactly what to put out sometimes, and your feedback is appreciated. Hey, look, now I got a bike lane. But now my bike lane is like in the middle of the road, so it's kind of sketchy. So like that guy just went all the way around me. See what I'm saying, man? I don't like being in the bike lane. I also got to worry about flats too. Being in the bike lane with these tires on here, these are my favorite tires, but tires are easy to change out if you guys ever want to go to like something totally different. Don't hit me, please. Don't hit me. All right, I'm getting in the street. I'm getting in the street. Let's go. Let's get out of that bike lane. We don't want no flats. I would highly suggest, though, seriously, changing out these tires if you're not going to ride in any dirt. Check these out. Check the brakes out. Oh, yeah. These brakes are good. Okay. I got to get in front of everybody because I'm not trying to get stuck in traffic. There we go. Hey, I got a bike lane over here. Why is that car so loud? But we're moving pretty good. I haven't been able to see my battery percent because I didn't take the sticker off of the display. So I need to take the sticker off so I can see what's going on. And talking about this display right now, so on the Zeus bike, check this out. The Zeus bike is $3,000, right? Obviously it's unique, it looks cool. It's totally different from this bike in general, right? Well, they use the same display, but the Zeus bike uses the black and white display. This one uses a color display. So I was like, cool. I was like, since I have this bike, before I sell it, why not take this color display, put it on the Zeus bike? You can't switch them. There's one extra pin right in the middle that the Zeus bike doesn't have, and if you try to switch them, then obviously you're just gonna bend that pin in and you're gonna mess up the display, and then you're screwed. So I was like, oh, that sucks, because I feel like the Zeus bike for $3,000 should come with this display. This display is very nice. This is actually one of the nicest displays I've seen. I'm not a huge fan of the big square ones that all these bikes come on, like the Bafang ones, or, you know, like they're a 4-inch, like kind of wide display. I'm not a big fan of those. I feel like this suits the bike perfect. It's small, it's out of the way. It kind of reminds me of the Egg Rider, but the Egg Rider is very hard to read. You gotta kind of squint your eyes to see it or look a little closer. You can't just look at the Egg Rider on the fly and like really pinpoint what it is. You have to actually look at it. On here, you can just look down and see. Like, I've already seen 14.7 miles that I have on here, and we started at 9.4. So we're doing some good distance, I would say. And I haven't let out the throttle. This is pretty much a range test. If you're gonna just use this bike like full throttle everywhere. I'm really just trying to get an idea if this battery is gonna leave me stranded at work. I'm so worried about that, guys. I'm absolutely worried. And I almost thought about, like, if I do think it's gonna leave me stranded, then I was like, you know what, I should just bring my charger and charge it. But then that's not like a real test using it back and forth to work. 'Cause if it doesn't make it going home and I got a pedal, I'll just take it and then let you guys know that this is probably not gonna be the best bike to commute if you have, say, more than a 10-mile trip. But I don't know that yet, so I'm not trying to put that information out there that I have, like, oh yeah, I know this, I know that. I have no idea yet. Let's jump on the sidewalk. Oh yeah, nice and comfortable. There's a lot of glass on the sidewalk, but yeah, it's like, whew, you can lift up the front of this bike. No way, it's so... All right, the GoPro decided to turn off on me again. I'm either thinking it's my memory card going bad, or we just need to buy a new GoPro now. Maybe I'll pick up the 11 just to be on the safe side. I don't know. Anyways, what I was trying to show you guys, and I was having a good time before that happened, is the fact that you can lift this bike up. I don't think you could wheelie it or anything like that, but you could definitely lift this bike up. So like, woohoo! Dude, this thing hecka like lifts up. This bike is fun. Like, this bike is absolutely fun. But what's down here? I've never been down this street. Hey, there's some bikes. There you go. Yeah, I like this bike. I like it. I'm really curious to see if people will modify this bike at all. It's probably not going to be me, to be honest. But I would say it'd be a good idea if you guys want to start modifying these bikes, or even if I did, because it'd be really good content to put out there for you guys. But I think this bike would be able to be modified. You have that big old midsection that doesn't go anything. Is this a dead end? Hold up. Oh yeah. Oh, I can go this way. But you have that big old like midsection that's not connected to anything, and you can use that for a lot of space. Here we go. All right, buddy. Yeah, it's popping over here in this little dirt street. It's interesting. So many cars going in and out of there right now. Oh crap! I meant to take the display screen off so I can or the screen protector on the screen, so I can see what our range is, because I can't see the bars at all. The screen is telling me, hold the top button to turn the bike on. It's like, yes, I know that, but I don't know the battery percent. So let me pull over here real quick and take that off so we can see where we're actually at right now. We are jamming around this corner, holy shit. Woo! Oh, look, bump. Woo! I set up because I didn't know how big the bump was, but honestly, I could have sat down and taken that perfectly fine. That's badass. And the half throttle, come on now, the half throttle is nice. My only complaint I said with this bike, and it's not a complaint on my side, but if you have really, really big hands, these grips are very small and tiny. So if you did replace it with regular grips, they're probably gonna come way out to here, and you'd have to slide all this over, or you're gonna have to cut the grip. That's the only thing I noticed. But oh God, let me try to take this off. How do I get this off? Oh, that sucks. I can't get that off, and I don't really have nails or anything like that, but it's just chipping my nail to try to get that little screen protector off. But I can see when I look down at the top of it, we only have 2 battery bars left, and that's with it sitting. I don't know if this bike has a battery percentage that like goes up after you sit after a while, and now it's like down to 1 bar. I don't know, but I think it's about time we head back to the house. I want to be on the safe side and make sure I make it home. I'm gonna be a car. Skirt. Yeah, so that's a little nerve-wracking knowing that we are down to the last 2 battery bars. Unless the settings aren't adjusted correctly for the battery, that could be something, because that's gonna be crazy. We've done 16.3 miles, started at 9.4. That leaves us with, let me do my counting. That gives us 7 miles of riding time right now. So that's not looking too hot. I would at least expect to get like 25, well, close to 25 miles. So maybe 22 to 25 miles out of this bike under like full throttle. I mean, it has a 20 amp hour battery. Like, it should be able to do it, I would think. All right, I'm going before it's too late. I didn't mean to hit the horn. That was an accident. The grips are so small, I hit the horn. It's my bad. My bad. Check out all this traffic we're gonna pass. And by the way, by being 2 bars down, we're still hitting 30 miles per hour, which I believe when I pulled out my phone, it's off by 3 miles per hour. So technically, now that it says 31, we're doing about 28. But it's still holding good power. We'll see how it does coming up this overpass. It's pretty steep. We're definitely holding pretty good though. 29 still on the display. This bike is actually doing pretty well. 28, so we're doing about 25 now. That like real speed is like 25. We only lost like 2 or 3 mile per hour coming up that hill. That's actually pretty damn good. And then see this stuff on the road? This road is not good for these tires. The whole bike is going back and forth, back and forth. It can't stay straight. That's a horrible road for these tires. So be safe if you're ever on any type of road that has the lines in it like that. That's very scary. You want to hold on to the bike, and you do not want to, be one-handing the bike or anything like that on that kind of stuff. Don't be trying to text or anything on that time. Like, get on a straight road like this and you should be fine. I just realized that we haven't used our turn signals at all. And the headlight has been on the whole entire time. You know what? Since it's been on the whole entire time, I'll just leave it. I was going to turn it off, but so this range test is with the headlight on 24/7, which is going to obviously take some battery. Let's steal it. Let's get all the money. I'll buy all the e-bikes possible. Look at that. We left when traffic left. Look how far we're getting before they even pass us. Bikes are awesome, guys. Bikes are absolutely awesome. Look how long it took. It's crazy. Like, yeah, it doesn't do crazy top speed or nothing like that. This is like a perfect street legal class 3 bike. If you do have an area where you're class 2, obviously you're limited to 20 miles per hour, and then you're gonna get way more battery range than I'm gonna get. But that's pretty good. And what I'm saying is, it's not illegal to ride this bike. Like, it's perfectly legal as a class 3 bike. Cops can't say anything about it. It's just fast enough to get you back and forth. Very comfortable, very stylish. Has a bag to put your stuff in. And what else can you really ask for? Like, really, like, I mean, it's good to me. God dang, you flying. Oh, you flying too. Definitely not doing the 40 miles an hour that you're supposed to be doing. It is a little sketchy being in the bike lane when cars pass you like that, but I mean, it happens all the time. It's just, you got to be careful. People like this, you got to hope that they're paying attention and not texting like that guy was, but he's waiting for traffic as long as he saw me. It's so crazy to think I've just been on the throttle this whole entire trip, and I probably have another like 2 miles maybe until I get home, and I've like, dude, like, I have not let off the throttle. It's 100% maxed out the whole entire time. Well, that guy's a police officer. Undercover. Oh yeah, that BMW is flying. I don't think you're supposed to do that, but okay. I know my lights are gonna turn green, that's why I went, boy. Yeah. I'm excited though, like, I don't know why. I think it's just the bike. It's fun, it's bringing enjoyment to me. I know it's not a Sur-Ron or an Onyx Fast, but this is like a top performer for its league. And I'm really going off the price here. Now, if this bike was over $2,000, like even if it was say $19.99, I'd recommend it. If it was starting at like maybe 22 or 23 and up, I'd probably say like it's not 100% worth it. Like, it's still a good bike, but it's not the best value that you can get out there. But with this price, you can't go wrong with it. Like, you really can't. And with my coupon code, you guys can save $105 or $110 off this bike. So instead of it being $16.99, it's gonna be like $15.90 or somewhere around there. Highly recommend this bike. Look at this turn, look at this turn. Smooth. I was a little worried. I'm still getting used to this bike. We only have 18 miles on it, so once I get more comfortable, I could probably take that a little bit better. But man, this thing is buttery smooth turning, guys. I will suggest though, again, if you're over probably 6'1" or 6'2", this bike is not going to fit you comfortably. You're going to need to change out the handlebars. You might want to change the seat to a taller seat if you even can. You're going to probably have to take it to an upholstery shop, and they're going to have to do it for you. But just something to think about. And then also, if you're too short, I would say if you're under 5'5", do not even think about getting this bike either, because it sits at 34 inches tall. That's a very tall bike. So just keep that in mind also. This bike is really gonna be for people that are like 5'5" or 5'6" to about 6'1". Yeah, you gotta go in the left lane, buddy. Now I can't see the traffic. I'm going for it. We don't want to sit in there. No way. Oh, man. No, not the water and the mud. Come on. It's supposed to be my bike lane. Damn Fresno. Damn you, Fresno. Oh. It's been raining here a lot, though, in California, so I can't get too mad. All right, let me pull over here, and let's see what our range is while that car tailgates that old Range Rover or whatever that was. We're down to the last battery bar, so I don't know exactly where we're at, but we did 100% 10 miles exactly, because we're at 19.5 miles and we started at 9.4 miles. So we did 10 miles, 0.1, if you want to get technical, and we're down to one last battery bar. When I go to work, I got 14 miles to do, which we will do that video if you subscribe to the channel and you guys want to see more content on this bike. So, man, one more battery bar. Like, well, how many more miles is that going to give us? Like, I can go in this neighborhood and we'll see. Because some bikes are very weird when it comes to the battery percentage. Like, it can go to, okay, so there's some bikes out there, it'd be 80%. But as soon as you hit it full throttle, it will go all the way down to like 20% because it's going off the voltage sag of the battery. I don't know how this works. I don't know if that bar is 100% accurate. And then some bikes, and maybe this one flashes, I don't know. I know the Zeus display, when you get to your last battery bar, it's supposed to flash. I haven't got a lot of time on that bike yet, like we said earlier in the video, but I don't know, like, I don't know if this one flashes or not. I can't see it, and I can't get the sticker off. But maybe before I go to work, we'll take the sticker off of it and hopefully be able to see the whole display a lot better. I mean, it still looks gorgeous with the plastic still on it. You guys hear me? You guys hear me? I'm coming around the corner hot. Woohoo! It's pretty instant too, I gotta say. It's like, you pull the throttle and there's really no delay. I like that. But I believe pedaling has a delay. So let me let off the throttle. Oh yeah, pedaling has a huge delay. That delay felt like 2 seconds. So if you want to pedal this bike, just keep in mind it's going to have a delay when you get on the pedals. But throttle, no, it's pretty much instant. I really want to know what controller they're using in here. Maybe I'll take this bike apart. If you guys want to see me take it apart and look at the controller and see some of the specs, then we can kind of get an idea of how many amps we're pushing, because the bike feels fast. It almost feels like a 52 volt. And if I had to compare it to the Zeus, which I don't have a lot of time on the Zeus yet, I only have like 2 or 3 miles because I just really went around my neighborhood. This thing is fast. I would actually say that this thing is faster than the 52 volt Zeus. I swear to God. I swear to God. Now, I don't have the 750 model of the Zeus. I have the 1100. So it has a little bit less torque. But this definitely picks up faster than the U1100. All right, we in the bike lane again. All right. So I gotta go on the street. So far, I've done an extra mile on the bike. I want to keep it around my house, but again, I still need to get home because that guy is going to be leaving. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Ah! Okay, that bump didn't feel very nice, but I mean, it was very, a very like short bump, but very high bump. All right, so let me come up here. Woo! Man, it's so easy to go places. I like it. I just want to reset my GoPro to make sure we get these clips in because I've been having issues. Okay, we should be good to go now. And before anyone says that we're not hitting the top speed because we're not pedaling or using throttle, it doesn't matter. If you watch my review video on it, it really doesn't matter. Pedaling, like as I'm doing right now, I'm trying to prove to you that I'm pedaling with this. We're still doing like 29, 30 miles per hour. Obviously, we're down. Even if I pedaled when we were moving, we still only got, I think, like 32 on the display, like max, which is 3 miles an hour off, so we were only doing 29. It says this bike is supposed to do 32, but I think it's because their display is off, and that's what they're, you know, giving the bike as, basically. Because if you think about it, a lot of people don't really GPS their mile per hour, so they don't really know how fast they're going. That's what happened with the Onyx RCR. Everyone's like, oh my God, 60 miles an hour. Like, they're going so fast. But then when you pull out your phone and you check the actual speed you're going, you're doing 52 or 53 maybe. My bike doesn't even go over 52, and I have a Chai battery system in there. So I think a lot of people buying this bike are gonna think they're hitting 33 miles an hour because the display says it, but just keep in mind, and please listen to me, take my advice, you're off 3 miles per hour. All right, so here's a little bit of slower riding. Let's hit these bumps right here. Let's see how this is. I'm gonna sit down. Woo! That was fun. Yeah, you definitely, if you're gonna hit it that fast, make sure you stand up, because I probably look like an idiot in front of that girl right now going hella fast because my ass just flew out of the seat. But I will say it didn't hurt coming down. But if you do take this off-roading and go in the dirt, and you do hit a lot of holes that will basically throw the back end of the bike up as your like butts in the air, it's gonna come smack you in the nuts, and it's not gonna feel very good. I really think the seat is comfortable for what it is, but it could be better. The only thing that sucks about it on this bike is you can't change out the battery, and you cannot change out the seat. You can only take it to an upholstery place. And someone dropped a comment on my video and they said, hey, like, that's a cool design, but you can't change out the battery. And it clicked in my head after I already did the review video that I was like, oh crap, wait, you can't. No one's gonna be making a battery for this bike. Now, maybe the section that's down here next to the bag behind it, nothing's sitting in there other than the controller at the bottom. 100% bet you can fit a battery pack in there and then do a split connection and just connect both the batteries together, and you'll get even longer range. That's just something to think about. I mean, yeah, you're probably gonna spend probably like $400 to $600 on an extra battery, but if this is like your main bike and you want to add an extra, I don't know, whatever you can fit in there, maybe like 6 to 8 amp hours, that's definitely going to give you a little bit more range. All right, we are back at the house, and let me get these lights turned on. Okay, so the whole entire time on that ride, we had the headlight on, and what I was talking about just recently was This is where I think you're going to be able to fit an extra battery in, because you could take this off. Now, the other side is easier to get to because this is going to be a little bit more pain in the ass. The controller sits right here. And I feel like you could probably fit a custom battery in here from a company. Now, you're going to have to know the measurements and everything like that. But you could fit something here, or you can even fit something in the bag. This will literally just hold any type of battery. Even if it sits way up here, you can probably just put something in there and you're good to go. And then you can get a splitter and probably connect it somewhere in here to both batteries. I don't know how it would work. Actually, the connection would be up here. But yeah, have a little cable come out here and go in there and have both batteries running. But I didn't fully get it down. I don't know if you guys can see that on the display. One battery bar left. We did exactly 13 miles. And if you want to get technical, 12.8. Or no, 12.9. I'm sorry. But 13 miles. So I think I should be good to take this bike to work, and I shouldn't have to worry about it. No idea how long that last battery bar lasts, but we're done with the video for now. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the true MVPs. And stay tuned for the next one, because we're definitely going to be riding this bike more. And if you guys are interested in it, please subscribe. Check out the other videos. Real quick before you guys go, I just want to let you know I have not turned the bike off yet. I was putting all my stuff away, and it is back to, what, is that 4 bars? 4 bars out of 5? And I didn't do anything. It's just been sitting here, so that's kind of weird. But I just want to let you guys know that. Come on, there you go, you bastard. Finally got it off.